the Franklin.
Can we drink it yet?
This is our Mojito Kilju, and today we're hoping to put it in bottles because it's been too long. This is like 11 weeks on this thing now. Kilju is supposed to be like 9 or 10 days. But, you know, we made it more complicated and it's frou-frou and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, first thing we're going to do is take a reading on this. Last time we checked it was about 3 weeks ago, and it was actually fairly high still. It was 1.060. So I'm hoping it went down a little bit, but then again, I'm hoping it didn't because it tasted good. And we added lime juice to it at that point and some zest. So I'm thinking it may not have moved. We will find out. It's a little bubbly. It's got a lovely clarity. We floating?
Ever so slightly. I don't know if you want a little...
I'll get a little bit more in there.
Now you're floating. You want
Whoops.
this? Are you good?
I think we're okay for the moment. Can you take this from me? That's what happens when you overfill. Okay, this has not moved at all. It's still 1.060. So let me just do a quick calculation on that alcohol. We did use bread yeast, which can be a little bit inconsistent. I was going to say inconsiderate. It might be that too.
It's very rude.
We started with a 1.124 minus 1.060 gives us, we used 64 points times my coefficient of 135, gives us 8.64% ABV. Not really as high as I'd hoped, but because of all the acidity and everything in there, it's entirely possible because mint is somewhat of an antimicrobial as well, so it's entirely possible that that's why. Let me pour some of this into a glass so we can taste it. That takes some talent right there. All right, and we're going to pour this into a pitcher. All right, I can smell it already. It smells really nice. Let's just make some room here. The studio's shrinking. Anyway. Clarity-wise, that is some clear stuff. There are some floaties in here because we did put lemon zest in this already. So when we go to rack this, I have a little trick to show you guys. This is something I imagine Derek is going to like much more than I do. Just because she likes these flavors better than I do. However, that's really good. There you go. That is really good. I think in this case the sweetness helped it. Because a mojito has sugar added to it. So it needs to be something on the sweeter side. This seems like it should be extraordinarily sweet and syrupy, but it's really not, actually. I think the acidity cuts that sweetness.
The mint and the lemon kind of clear that out. It is definitely a sweeter end of the spectrum beverage, but I think it's delish.
So what I want to do when we rack this is we're gonna rack it down here on the bench. But see, here's the end of the tubing. What I'm going to do is take a little piece of cheesecloth that has been sanitized in
the red bucket of sanitization.
And I'm gonna double it over and put it over the end and make like a little reservoir, if you will. I'll put a rubber band around that. And what that's going to do is there's still a few solid pieces in this. I don't really want them in our brew. So we put that in the bottom of the pitcher. We got a new auto siphon, and oh my God, is the hose long? It's 6 freaking feet. Who needs 6 feet of silicone tubing? I mean, what are you doing it from your roof? But anyway, so can you just hold that in there?
Yeah.
I'm going to put this guy down in here. I do have the end cap on it because there is a little bit of lease at the bottom, but I'm going to put it all the way to the bottom because I don't have to worry about it as much because I have that little thing. But the lease, I don't want so much. So yeah, at the end, what you have is all of the lemon pieces and stuff in the end of the bag here. It works just like a little basket filter thing to catch it. Makes a mess when you're trying to pull it out. All right, as we always do when we're bottling, we're going to use an auto siphon with what's called a bottling wand, and that's this plastic part here that I just connected to the end of our hose. It has this little thingy on the end there that when you put that in the bottom of the bottle, like so, it allows fluid to flow, lift up, it stops. So you fill the bottle, and then when you get to the top, you lift out, and it stops. Then you can go to the next bottle. Really simple. You may also notice we took the cap off the end of the auto siphon. That's because we want to get all the way to the very bottom of this pitcher. We know there's no sediment in there. Are you ready?
I am ready.
And since bottling is not exactly the most exciting spectator sport, we'll see in a few minutes. Okay, so we ended up with 3.5 bottles. Now there's a reason for that. The Carlo Rossi jug that we used is a 3-liter bottle. By the way, if you buy it, it's like $10 and it comes with free wine. It's a great bottle to put stuff in. If you get that joke, you know. Anyway, so we ended up with 3.5 bottles because there's a lot of waste in the bottom of those bottles because the siphon doesn't fit into the corners as well. But that's okay. What we're going to do is take that stuff out of there, pour it through a cheesecloth into another bottle, and cold crash that. What that means is, we actually did a video on it, that just means putting it in the fridge for a couple of days, probably 3 days, and all that sediment will fall out, and then we can pour off from the top, and Derek gets to have a little bit of the Mojito Kilju. Now, this one here, we're going to put in the fridge immediately, because with all that airspace there, probably not a really good thing. This is fully degassed. There's really no gas in it. And we tested that, because I was a little afraid that there might have been. But this will be our taster. So like, I don't know, a few days, a week, 2 weeks, something like that.
Tomorrow,
You guys will see a tasting of this exact product. And then one of these will go away. Do we really want to put this away for a year?
I don't
It's
think
below 10%.
I don't think a year's.
When they're below 10%, I'm a little hesitant to put them away that long. So we might just start drinking this one immediately and, you know, we'll just say it is what it is. Because I don't think aging it is going to really improve this significantly. I think it's going to be at its best now because of the fresh juices and things like that. But anyway, if you like this video, look right here. There's another one. Go watch it.